Welcome to Crazy Weird YouTube channel. 11 craziest weird facts in history. One. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In the summer of 1518, in Strasbourg, France, a woman named Frau Trophea began dancing fervently in the streets. Within days, dozens had joined her, and within a month, the number swelled to over 400. The dancers showed no signs of stopping, despite suffering from exhaustion, dehydration, and even heart attacks. Authorities were perplexed and tried various interventions, from encouraging more dancing to hiring musicians, but nothing seemed to halt the bizarre epidemic. Some theories suggest mass hysteria, religious fervor, or even ergot poisoning from contaminated rye bread. Two. The Great Emu War. In the aftermath of World War I, Australia faced a peculiar problem: an influx of emus, large flightless birds, wreaking havoc on farmland in Western Australia. In response, the government deployed soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns to cull the emu population. However, the emus proved surprisingly resilient and elusive, scattering before the soldiers' gunfire. After several failed attempts to control the emu population, the military withdrew, and the emus remained a nuisance for farmers. Three. The Great Molasses Flood. On January 15, 1919, in Boston, Massachusetts, a massive tank containing over 2 million gallons of molasses burst open, unleashing a 25-foot wave of molasses that swept through the streets at 35 mph. Buildings were destroyed, and vehicles were swept away in the sticky tide. 21 people lost their lives, and around 150 were injured. The cleanup efforts lasted for weeks, with the city grappling with the aftermath of one of the strangest disasters in American history. Four. The Tanganyika Laughter Epidemic. In 1962, in the small village of Kashasha in Tanganyika, now Tanzania, 3 schoolgirls began laughing uncontrollably during a fit of giggles. The laughter spread rapidly throughout the school, affecting dozens of students. As the laughter epidemic persisted, it spread beyond the school to neighboring villages, eventually affecting over 1,000 people. The phenomenon disrupted daily life, with schools forced to close and businesses affected. While various theories have been proposed, including mass hysteria and stress, the exact cause remains a mystery. 5. The Voynich Manuscript. Named after Wilfrid Voynich, the rare book dealer who acquired it in 1912, the Voynich Manuscript is a mysterious codex filled with strange illustrations and an undeciphered script. The manuscript's pages contain intricate drawings of plants, astronomical charts, and unidentified human figures, accompanied by text written in an unknown script. Despite centuries of study by cryptographers, linguists, and historians, the manuscript's contents and purpose remain elusive, fueling speculation and intrigue. Six. The Mystery of the Mary Celeste. On December 4, 1872, the Mary Celeste, an American merchant ship, was discovered adrift in the Atlantic Ocean. Despite being seaworthy and fully provisioned, the ship was completely deserted. There were no signs of struggle or foul play, and all personal belongings, including valuables, were left behind. The fate of the crew, including the captain's wife and daughter, remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of all time, with theories ranging from piracy to paranormal activity. 7. The Torrid Man. In 1954, a man arrived at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, Japan, carrying a passport issued by the non-existent country of Torrid. When questioned by customs officials, the man insisted that Torrid was a European nation located between France and Spain. He presented currency, stamps, and other documents to support his claim. Perplexed, authorities detained the man in a hotel room overnight, but by morning, he had vanished, leaving behind only his mysterious passport and a baffling enigma. Eight. The Green Children of Woolpit. In the 12th century, two children with greenish skin and unfamiliar clothing appeared in the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England. The children spoke a language that was unintelligible to the villagers and refused to eat anything other than raw beans. Over time, the boy became sickly and died, while the girl adapted to her new surroundings, learned English, and explained that she and her brother came from a place where the sun never shone. The origin of the Green Children remains a subject of debate and legend. Nine. The London Beer Flood. In 1814, a massive vat containing over 135,000 gallons of beer ruptured at the Mew and Company Brewery in London, unleashing a tidal wave of beer that flooded the surrounding streets. The wave demolished buildings, swept away pedestrians, and caused chaos in its wake. 8 people lost their lives, and numerous others were injured. The disaster prompted calls for improved safety regulations in breweries and highlighted the dangers of industrial accidents in urban areas. The Great Seattle Fire. On June 6, 1889, a cabinet maker accidentally ignited a glue pot in downtown Seattle, sparking a fire that quickly spread and engulfed the city's wooden buildings. The fire raged for hours, destroying 25 city blocks and causing millions of dollars in damage. Miraculously, there were no fatalities, but the disaster left thousands homeless and prompted the city to rebuild with fireproof materials, such as brick and stone. The Great Seattle Fire marked a turning point in the city's history, leading to urban planning reforms and the establishment of modern building codes. 11. The Tang Dynasty's Ice Insanity. During the Tang Dynasty in China, 907 AD, ice skating became a popular pastime among the aristocracy and commoners alike. Frozen lakes and rivers provided ideal skating conditions, and people of all ages would take to the ice for recreation. The popularity of ice skating reached such heights that the emperor had to issue decrees restricting the activity to specific times and locations to prevent accidents and ensure social order. Ice skating remained a cherished tradition in Chinese culture, with references to it found in literature, poetry, and art. Click on subscribe button to learn more crazy weird facts.